Before we begin, thank you very much to Jackson A for becoming a patron over at patreon.com/TJOmega. It is very appreciated seeing the love and support that this channel has been getting lately, and I appreciate you, Jackson, and everyone who has pitched in to keep the channel coming and keep the content going. That probably should have been flipped around, but we're going to go with it. On to the video. So, the Golden Disc collection has been fully revealed. I wanted to talk about this before, because I want to do more like hot news type items here on the channel, but I wanted to wait till all 4 chapters came out, and they've just been kind of rolling these right along. So let's actually talk about them now that all 4 parts have been revealed. The start of it was, interestingly enough, a GoBot and a character who doesn't exist. So we have a 2-pack for chapter 1. It is Autobot Road Ranger and Autobot Puffer. So, stories to these. So, Road Ranger is kind of a GoBot homage, and it is based on an e-hobby figure they did, which is just a Huffer repaint. They did a whole set of mini-bots that were redone as GoBot homages. So, a few of them, like Bug Bite, for instance, kind of survives over the years and keeps showing up in different iterations. Now it's Road Ranger's turn. And honestly, like, I kind of like the look of it. He's like I wish he was coming out sooner than March, because he's perfect for Halloween. The black and orange color scheme. He looks like he's going to rock up. And with the size of that truck, he better rock up with just like so many Three Musketeers. Dump them out on the street. Let the kids run rampant on them. But the Halloween fantasies from my childhood aside, I don't mind the look of him. He looks cool, and I think, distinct enough from Huffer and Pipes to kind of have his own place. And I like that there's a toy accurate head. That's kind of interesting. It's interesting because we look at Puffer over here, they have very similar heads going on. Like, I think they could have gotten away with just using the same head sculpt. They went the extra mile and just gave him brand new ones. So let's talk Puffer. Puffer is weird because Puffer is based on a version of Huffer that came out in Europe, in some parts of Europe, that was just Huffer with Pipes colors. It was just a straight repaint and sold as Pipes. The name Puffer is just kind of a play on Pipes and Huffer. And I do think it is very cool that this set has gone and made the fan name canon. That's actually interesting, which makes me look at the Worlds Collide set and the yellow Cliffjumper mold that's in there going, why isn't that Bumblejumper? I would be so down for that figure if they had actually put the word Bumblejumper on the box. Didn't get that. Lost opportunity. This is going to continue being weird because the original version of this toy was just a straight up Huffer repaint with none of the remolding. What we have here is Pipes. I mean, it's Kingdom Pipes, just with his colors switched around to match that old variant. So it's not really like a white and blue Huffer like it should be. It's more of just an off-color Pipes. It looks like Pipes if he appeared in an ACOM episode, and the color scheme's just completely off. These two really should have been using each other's molds, is what I'm saying. Like that is where the mistake is made here. For me, I personally don't like it when they do 2-packs like this that have the same mold in them. There's variations and differences between the two, obviously, but you're getting the same toy experience, you're getting the same play pattern, and this is just kind of boring to me as a 2-pack. Like, if you're going to do the same mold as a 2-pack, then it would have to be something like a Thundercracker and Skywarp that Target did. Molds that I would be buying together anyway, and getting them as a 2-pack just saves me time, essentially. So I'm a little bit I'm a little bit disappointed by this. I kind of wish that they had gone whole hog, where you come up with another obscure mini-bot recolor. They did a bunch in South America that they could have pulled inspiration from. So it could have been either 2 lost mini-bot designs or 2 GoBot homages. And like, for me, like, personally, You could go back to that old E-Hobby set. They did a repaint of Warpath. Warpath doesn't have a repaint yet. Perfect opportunity. I am always a fan of using any Mirage mold as Crasher or Fracture, if that's the name we have to go with. So that's kind of where my mind is. I feel like this set tried to do two separate things and cram them together, and did it with two of the same figures. So this set really does not appeal to me personally. I can admit the toys look cool. It's just not anything I'd rather want. I'd rather it be more cohesive or the right steps be taken here. If we look at the second part, now we're getting a little bit more interesting. We have Jackpot, based on the Action Master figure, redone from Studio Series Jazz. And if anything would tell you that the Studio Series 86 figures are basically just an extension of Kingdom figures right now, it's the fact that this Kingdom set has this mold in it. He looks cool. He looks really, really cool. I take no real issue with this. I think it's interesting that they decided to do this. They decided to do Jackpot before they did any kind of Ricochet repaint. I would expect that as selects down the line, but for now, interesting take. It's different, and good on him for doing something a little bit different. He looks cool. He looks cool. I also like that he comes with Sights. And Sights was a bird. He's a Pteranodon now because that's the mold that was available. But it's still cool that they threw in his Action Master partner, even if he's working a little bit differently these days as a axe rather than a gun. He looks nice. Again, it's not one that interests me personally. One, because the mold has some issues, and I would like to know first. I would like some first-hand experiences with this mold first to know if those issues have been corrected from Studio Series Jazz. But also just because I don't really have any personal attachment to him. He doesn't look bad. He looks fine. He's just, not my cup of tea. Let's put it that way. So that's part two, and at the very least, part two is a surprise. I kind of like the twist on that one. Now we get into the things that really do interest me, and you'll note they interest me because now it says last purchased on there, which means yes, I'm in on the pre-orders. Tigatron, and not only any Tigatron, Mutant Tigatron. I love this, and for many reasons I love this. Number one, I think, as a natural tiger, he is very cool looking. Very cool looking. To think that because of Tigatron, we never actually have a proper, natural colored tiger in Beast Wars. Not like a orange tiger like you would expect anyway. So this is kind of a first. And yes, get the Frosted Flakes references out now. I'm not going to make any. That's all on you. But what we have here, looking nice. Looking very nice. I like the improvements over Cheetor's sculpt, too. I also think it's cool that they went with the mutant head design, not only to separate it from the normal Tigatron, but also because this homages a lot of stuff that was canceled with the original Tigatron. It's fascinating to me how we got Tigatron as a character, because as I explained in the 10 Obscure Beast Wars Facts video, this was originally supposed to be Wolfang. Tigatron was never supposed to appear in the show. They wanted it to be Wolfang, but the budget for the show meant they had to reuse a character model, so they went with Tigatron. At the time, Tigatron was supposed to be a normal colored tiger. They scrapped that because Beast Wars, being, natural animal based, had way too many brown, orange, yellow, that in that color tone type of creatures in it already. So to avoid being too repetitive on the toy shelves, they made him a white Siberian tiger, and that's where we got Tigatron. It took a lot of changes to get him that far. And then there is the fact that he's using, a very similar robot mode head to Cheetor in the show. In the original artwork, they also tried to separate Tigatron from his original depictions, from Cheetor. So he was given the mutant head. The mutant head is what's shown on the artwork in the battle mode, and that probably should have made a transition to the cartoon to separate these two out further, but we got what we got, and that's fine. I love Tigatron the way we got him. This is cool. I love how much this pulls from his past artwork, from his past origins, to give us every iteration of what Tigatron was originally supposed to be and never ended up being. That makes it really cool entry for me. That makes me want this. I do think it's interesting that they went so much darker with the color tone. The original teal on the original prototype, way brighter than this. Like, it was basically the same like teal and green that Tigatron is known for. It was just, they switched the orange for white at the last minute. So, we're getting this finally, and it looks fantastic. Like, I'm actually like really kind of excited for this one. I think he'll make a really cool foil for Shadow Panther. The same way Tigatron and Cheetor are kind of foils off of each other. But, I'm interested to see the two together. So this one I'm looking forward to, mostly just because of all the history to it, all the weirdness that went on with this particular design. And then there's the one that everyone wants to talk about. There's the big one on the list, and I've scrolled down to his backstory. Pterosaur, finally, we're getting some extra Beast Wars Gen 1 or Season 1 cast. We were kind of worried that we weren't going to get Pterosaur, Tarantulas, and Inferno. They were the three missing from the Kingdom lineup, from the original Kingdom poster. So we're kind of wondering, why aren't we getting the entirety of the Season 1 cast? Why are we stopping short of getting all of them? So the rumor has been floating around that, yes, in the Legacy line, Tarantulas and Inferno are both going to get their due. But for now, we're also going to get Pterosaur as part of the Golden Disc collection. I find it interesting that he's the only one out of this whole lineup that's just straight-laced. It is just straight-up Pterosaur. And I'm kind of surprised that a Season 1 character is ending up as an Amazon exclusive rather than some kind of retail release. They're not even saving him for Legacy. It's just going to go up as just a standalone deluxe. There isn't even anything thrown in. Like all the others, here, we have a 2-pack, we have, a weapon, like I was going to say a Target Master, but he's an axe. Battle Master 2-pack. Tigatron, Tigatron's a straight up normal release, but it's a weird one. And then we have just normal Pterosaur. Okay, fine. I think he looks good. In my head, I was really hoping that the remolding that they did took the same approach that Age of Extinction Drift to The Last Night Drift took, where they took all of the things that made his vehicle and basically 180'd them around the engineering of the toy. So he still transformed in a similar way, but it felt different because everything was kind of put on backwards. So his vehicle mode was reversed. And I felt like you could have done that with Air Razor in order to make Pterosaur a little bit more accurate and a little bit more distinct from her. And that's not what we got here. The result of that is he's got a fake Pteranodon butt on his chest, and his wings are in the traditional downward position rather than pointed upward. That's a little bit of a that's a little bit of a party foul for me. I really wish the stock art had folded had collapsed his wings more, the way that the way that Air Razor can, because all you can see all the hinges for it are still there. See, where is it? Yeah, here, like here you can see all those hinges where the wings could fold up a lot tighter against the back. That's kind of what I wish I would see right here. And we'll take, once again, I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get because he does look nice. I really like how the render looks. Head sculpt's really sharp. I'm very happy to see Pterosaur getting a little bit of love. That beast mode. Pteranodons do not have much bulk to them. I would not really expect them to try and replicate that specifically. I'm happy he has his doofy teeth. I am happy that they went with so accurate to the original animation model on his chompers. That's hilarious to me. He does kind of just look like he's squatting to take a poo. There's no way around that. That's just kind of how Airazor's mold works. This mold does not do as good of a job disguising it as hers does because he doesn't have shoulder pauldrons to hide robot mode bits. His legs are not as distinct from the rest of them as Airazor's, so they kind of like just add to all that sea of red instead of splitting, breaking it up a little bit. Where's the other shot? There was another shot of the... Okay, I might not be on this one. There was another shot of the beast mode that looked a little bit... I want to say looked a little bit better, but it's not on the Amazon listing that I can see. No. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, it's... They took a few others, but it's down here in all the backstory. So, one of the things to this that I wasn't going to go through, you could read in your own leisure. If you scroll down, you find all of these, like, teasers for the next chapters, which only took a few days to come out. And then these teasers where... But wait, someone else came through the vortex, too. It's... Wheeljack! No, it's not Wheeljack. Nope. It's Jackpot. Jackpot was the next one through. So, so it's the other side, and there's all the other stuff. He unites with the two Autobots. Okay, yeah. Okay, and all's fine, right? Okay, no. Here comes Tigatron. But wait, another bot has survived. It's Wheeljack again. I don't know why they kept teasing with Wheeljack. I don't know why you, switch it up. But I guess it threw a few people off. I had people wondering, what are they repainting Wheeljack into? They're not. It's just a teaser. I do like the Pterosaur comes with the golden disc. It's actually kind of fun where, of course, because it's the golden disc collection, right? So wouldn't one of them eventually include the golden disc? You would figure, right? I kind of like that it's Pterosaur. The story it weaves is weird because it's very time travel-y. It's very it makes it very difficult to work into the Beast Wars canon to make all of this weirdness work. And but I'm kind of it's kind of funny that they tried as hard as they did. And I kind of like that it goes with Pterosaur's natural characterization because it talks about him finding this mutated and twisted Tigatron and actually getting him to ally as his second in command so he can take over the Predacons. That's exactly what Pterosaur is all about. That's what Pterosaur kept doing. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And him getting the golden disc. Yeah, okay, it's a fun little what-if scenario. It's a what-if scenario to excuse why all of these weird toys are in one place. But that's my general thoughts here. I'm excited for Tigatron. I think that is the most brilliant one out of the whole batch, even more so than Pterosaur, just because I feel like they could have done a better job conveying Pterosaur if they went whole hog on the remolding and the re-engineering. For what it is, I think, hey, it's a nice looking Pterosaur, even if it gets a few things wrong. Pooh. But beyond that, yeah, I will take what I get. Here he is. Here he is with his wings folded up. He looks a lot better that way. Okay, so I'm excited for this. I'm excited for half of this. And then someone's got to sell me on the others because it's not quite doing it for me. But at the very least, we're getting some neat things out of this. So let me know what you guys think of this set. I'm intrigued. And I'm kind of wondering where it's going to go from here and what other kind of weird oddball sets we're going to get. Because it seems like they're just going to do whatever they want. We're basically just getting a BotCon set out of this particular run of toys. Out of these Amazon exclusives. So I know I'm kind of into that. Kind of interested to see what else they do now that they're just embracing the weirdness. I think that's the best way to put it. They're embracing the weird. Because these are weird. But they're cool. Guys, I am facing the most powerful enemy any YouTuber can face. The algorithm. And I need your help to defeat him. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Every time you do, we attack that algorithm and we drive it back until it can no longer defeat this channel. Thank you very much.